On today's edition of Jamaica House Weekly, Jamaica signs communique and visa waiver agreement with the Dominican Republic, policy coming to redefine the role of the Jamaica Constabulary Force, and
on this Labor Day, workers can have confidence that they have a bright future and that things are aligning in their interest.
Though Prime Minister Andrew Holness's recent official visit to the Dominican Republic was cut short due to flooding at home, the 2 days spent were quite productive. On the May 15 and 16 assignment, Mr. Holness brokered a visa waiver agreement which will facilitate easier travel for diplomatic and official passport holders of the two countries. A communique was also signed which covers travel, tourism, commerce, education and agriculture. And a multi-destination tourism framework arrangement was agreed to and is expected to be finalized within a few months. During the visit, Prime Minister Holness and President Danilo Medina, through their foreign affairs ministers, solidified plans to establish a joint business and investment council. The body is expected to increase business and trade relations in the private and public sectors of the two countries. And during a courtesy call, the leaders agreed to share expertise in developing social programs in the housing sector through a public-private partnership model. Interest was also expressed in the promotion of Spanish and English language training.
Let us go out into our communities today and display that spirit of volunteerism that Jamaica needs. Plant a tree, refurbish a building, help to preserve a monument, help your neighbors to clean up from the recent floods. See what needs to be done and give a helping hand.
Prime Minister Andrew Holness's rallying call as the island observed National Labor Day on May 23 under the theme Restore, Preserve, Beautify. The Prime Minister used his Labor Day message to reassure Jamaicans of the government's economic initiatives which continue to advance the welfare of workers and improve citizens' standard of living. He confirmed that 22,000 more people were employed in January when compared to the same time last year, and said even more opportunities were being pursued under the HOPE program, which targets 15,000 unattached at-risk young people. Meanwhile, the Prime Minister led by example on Labor Day, taking part in several projects. He said the rehabilitation of the Ward Theatre, one of two national projects, was a priority for government.
We cannot allow this monument of our culture, this storage of our value, which we call our heritage, to be destroyed.
$70 million has been earmarked to get the Ward Theatre operational by August. Over at the second national project, the Central Police Station, Mr. Holness said government was developing a policy aimed at redefining the Jamaica Constabulary Force as a protection and service organization. That policy is expected to be in place by November this year.
That will become the launching pad for a discussion about what should our new Jamaica Protection and Service Institution be. What should our new law enforcement institution be?
Prime Minister Holness continued his Labor Day in his constituency, helping to build a house for an elderly man. And earlier in the day, he welcomed a donation of 3,000 bags of cement to assist in recovery efforts from recent flood rains. The donation came from Carib Cement Company Limited, and the product will be distributed by the Office of Disaster Preparedness and Emergency Management. When news came that explosions killed 22 persons and injured scores more at the Manchester Arena in the United Kingdom, Prime Minister Andrew Holness pledged to support the fight against terrorism. In a letter to British Prime Minister Theresa May on Tuesday, Mr. Holness expressed condolences to the families and friends of those killed. He also commended city officials and the people of Manchester who displayed great selflessness and generosity of spirit in the face of danger. Jamaica's cybersecurity was a priority for Prime Minister Andrew Holness on Thursday as he chaired another meeting of the National Security Council. Coming out of that meeting, which heard from the Computer Incident Response Team, Mr. Holness said he would be bringing cybersecurity issues to Cabinet. The aim, he said, was to ensure that resources were allocated to increase the country's capacity to deal with cybersecurity threats. During the meeting, the council was told that in 2016, Jamaica lost $100 million to cyber criminal activity. And the Office of the Prime Minister has reassured the nation that the new sand mining operation at Duncan's Bay in Trelawney is above board. While addressing concerns raised about the granting of a permit to mine beach sand, the OPM expressed confidence that all the necessary protocols were observed to protect citizens and the environment. A statement from the Office of the Prime Minister asserts that the permit was approved based on the legal and technical advice given by the Municipal Corporation, the University of the West Indies Mines and Geology Unit, and NEPA. The release further states that the Duncan's Bay Development Company is operating under strict conditions, including not carrying out mining and quarrying operations during the June to November peak season for sea turtles. Other conditions are that no sand should be removed from the foreshore of the property and that the company shall inform the local Citizens Association and NEPA of the schedule of mining activity. And that's how we close out Jamaica House Weekly. We return next time with more of the news stories coming out of the Office of the Prime Minister.